Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, or how do we say, gals, pals, and non-binary people?
Pulse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello,
All right.
everybody. I hope you're all doing well. This is Masha and Mimi from the MNM'S podcast. This episode is going to be about books, and
Yes.
it's going to be a very bookish podcast. Bookish episode, let's say that.
Yes. So, shall we get started?
Yes. So we're going to ask questions to each other because I'm a very bookish person, but Mimi works at a bookstore. Is it? Yeah?
Yes. Book center. Well, in
Yeah.
Greek, it's translated as a book center because it gives emphasis on the books rather than other things found usually in bookstores. But yeah, in English, like bookstore, book center,
Are you sure?
a special place for books.
That your bookstore is like half of it is full with trinkets.
Yes, but if you see on the side of our shop, there's a big sign that says book center.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. Half of it is full with trinkets and beautiful, beautiful things. But yeah, it's a magical place for books.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so first question, what is your favorite book, Mimi?
Oh my God. I have to choose.
Of course.
Um, yes. Start with why.
Start with why. What is it about?
Yeah. Simon Sinek, finding inspiration basically, and seeing why companies fail. Not just companies, but people in general. Why we fail and why we succeed, and why it's important to not ask what and how, but why. Why you do something and why are you doing it.
Okay.
It's
So,
not just a business. It's inspiration for life.
okay. What
Okay.
made you feel that this is your favorite book?
Um. Well, I love audiobooks, and I've listened to this author before, and I just really love his tone. I really love that he mixes stories with theory, like business theory, and he doesn't mm, give you facts. He's like, um, I don't know how to explain it, but basically he speaks from a place of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a know-it-all author type of person. He's like, okay, let's find out more. Let's see why this person failed, why this person succeeded. Let's analyze it and, see what we can learn from this person or this situation. So I like that.
Okay. So very example-based book.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. How about you, Masha? What's your favorite book? We know
My,
the answer.
I mean, you know, but my favorite book is Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. And
Mhm.
up until now, I've read the book 3 times this year alone. Well, I read it twice. I read it first on my Kindle, then I bought a physical copy, but I was waiting for it 6 months for it to arrive, um, because the central bookstore was not having arrivals for some reason. Um, and then you found the audiobook, and I was like, yeah, I could just listen to it. So I listened to it in one week as well.
And why is it your favorite book?
So it is a very STEM-based book, and it has a lot of stuff that I did in my studies and also in my after studies, pursuing my degree. So I feel very relatable to the characters. I really like the stories, and also Adam Carswell is such a dream guy as well. So I'm just like, yay, this is just my comfort book at this point.
Okay. I also love that book, so I see why you're obsessed with it.
Yes.
Yes.
And also the writing of Ellie
So,
Hazelwood she writes in such a fanfic way that is like I think one of my favorite types of writing there is.
yeah, that is true. It's a comfort space.
Yes. Well,
Mhm.
originally it was supposed to be a fanfic apparently about either Star Wars or Star Trek, one of those two. And but then because it got very popular, she decided to publish it and make some revenue. And she's now a PhD, PhD, not candidate. I think she already has a postdoctorate at this point. And yeah, I think she's
Good
just an
for her.
aspiring person as well. So
Oh, we're very proud of her. Good job, Ailey.
yes,
Dr. Hazelwood.
yes.
So yeah,
Well, I'm calling her Ailey Hazelwood. I think because she has a different persona for her books and a different persona for her like doctorate.
yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Second question, Mimi.
yeah.
Second one.
Go.
Um, what book comes to your mind when you think about books?
I know when I think about books.
So okay, when I
Um,
talk to if I come to you on a street and be like, hey, what is the first thing when I say about books comes to your mind? Like you have 3 seconds to answer that. Which is it?
Coelho.
Sorry?
Coelho. The author Coelho, The Alchemist. You know, old classic.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah. I haven't read it or listened to it, so it's in the next book that I want to read, like
yeah,
after the current one that I'm reading.
yeah.
So yeah, for me, it's anything written by Sarah J. Maas. Like she comes to my
Oh,
mind. Yeah,
I
I
can
think
see
she.
why. I can see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I'm currently reading her like one of her books. So I read Throne of Glass, and I'm currently reading the second one, which I forget the name all the time. I just call it Second Book of Throne of Glass, which is very good. Yeah.
yeah. I haven't read her books, but I'm in love with the covers. So I'm just gazing at them and I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. But yeah, it's in my list. I wish I had more time to read. Yes. What's your next question, Masha?
So my third question is, which book do you hate and why?
Which book do I hate and why? It's a Greek book by Papadiamandis. It's called Phonissa, the killer, the female killer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, for those who don't know or are not familiar, it's a book taught in schools, in high school specifically, and it's about the troubles of being a female in that era, in the 1800s. And basically, it's like, if you want spoilers, it's this grandmother killing her baby granddaughter because she's so very upset with her own life and the life that her daughter lived, that she doesn't want her granddaughter to be the same. So she decided to kill her. And I don't like it because even though the writing is good, it's not representative of the author. I mean, the author has other beautiful stories about Christmas and about Easter, and he's such a lovely character. And here he goes writing this horror gothic story, which in itself is okay. But when it's represented by the school, and as each reader understands each story differently, we didn't have the opportunity to understand the story alone. It was taught to us by the school, and they give us this idea of it, like, about society and how the hardships of it and yada, yada, yada. Like, there is beauty in this book, but the school ruined it for me. So, yes, that is the book I chose. Too much of an explanation. Masha, what is the book you hate the most?
No, no, no. I just want to add on that I don't remember this book from high school.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what book you were reading in high school. I only
Okay.
remember the final year. I don't know if you remember that book. So basically, I don't know the name or author. I don't really care because I was taking supplementary classes and I didn't buy the book. She gave us the substitute teacher no
Yeah.
substitute, like the after classes teacher. She gave us like the book, like she was printing the pages and she was giving us whatever chapter we were. But basically, what I
Yeah.
remember at the end of that book, there was a twist that basically everything is a loop and everything is coming together and starting from the very beginning. So there's no end, there's no beginning, and I was just like, I really was so mad because they made us like, highlight every word trying to describe everything and blah blah blah, and then at the end of the book the whole point was that whatever you do, nothing comes out of it. And I literally I really wanted to throw tables. I was so disappointed because the book was so good. They had so many characters, there was so much drama, and I was like, this is so good for a Greek book, and
Yeah.
especially for like a high school level. And I was like, this is so good and everything. And basically at the end there was the plot twist was that basically everything is an illusion and nothing is real and everything is a loop, so there's no beginning, no end. And I was like,
Do you feel it was a lazy ending?
it was because basically the
Yeah.
author left it to your imagination, and I was like, no, I need closure, I need to know.
I would love to know the name of this book. When you find out, yeah, please send us
Uh,
whatever this is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure didn't that was a question in Pangiprias as well. So
Really?
yeah, that
I
that was
don't
the
remember.
book. Yeah, but I do remember it because it's one of my core memories because I got so angry in the classroom and I literally was started screaming and I was like, "What do you mean this is the end? What do you mean this is the end?"
Okay. Um. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, high school memories. But anyway, I have two books that I actually hate, like a lot.
Oh, go ahead. What's the other
Uh,
one?
no. This is not one of them. This is just some. This is
Oh,
like old memory and everything. But I have two books that I hate with passion, and one of them is Eat the Frog by Brian Tracy, and another
what is
one.
this?
So basically, it's a self-help book, and I was listening to it, and I think it's literally like it's a small book, like 4 hours listening time, or like 4.5, something like that. And basically, the whole point of this book, basically it says 21 great ways to stop procrastination and get more done in less time. But you know what's the annoying part? Basically, every end of the sentence, the author just says, "Eat the frog, eat the frog, eat the frog," and I think after an hour, I literally was thinking to drive off the cliff because I was listening in the car. No, just imagine you're listening to a self-help book, and like like every other end of sentence it says "eat the frog, eat the
It's the
frog,"
first.
and he was like just explaining what "eat the frog" means, and he was just putting that everywhere he could. And basically, "eat the frog" means just do it. You know how the Nike slogan is, "Just do it."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the whole book. Literally every sentence says, "Just do it." Eat the frog.
That's I'd love to know who his editor is. That's okay.
And
That's
apparently
not nuts.
apparently the one that I was listening to is like a third edition. And I was like, I don't want to know what the first edition was.
It was a revised version. Oh my god.
Yes, it was a
Okay.
third revised version apparently.
Oh my god.
It,
Jesus
it's on
Christ.
it's on Spotify if anybody wants to listen. It's free to listen.
No.
Uh, you can get mad with me. You drive off the cliff with me.
Sure, sure. Let's jump off a cliff together. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. You remember the parents when we were younger? Is like, so if your friend jumped off the cliff, you'll jump as well, just to prove a point that you shouldn't follow your friends and stuff like that, or they're bad
It's okay. We're
influence.
adults now. We can buy parachutes and we can, jump off the cliff together.
Yeah, it's legal now.
Yeah.
You don't need approval for that.
Yes. Okay.
A-
Um,
Anyway, so the second one,
the third
I'm
one.
no, the first one doesn't count because I just told you
Um,
what the high school one reminds me. If you tell me high school and
okay.
disappointment of high school, but anyway,
Sure, sure.
so
Go ahead.
so this the second one is the hating game.
I didn't like you didn't like it?
No,
What what did you not like? It's like
everything.
this one. Okay. Okay.
Man, I literally was like dragging myself just to read that book, and I was just like, no, I fucking need to read that book because it was recommended to me to have sorry, it was recommended to me by a friend. So I was like, I need to read it, like because I want to talk to her about it. But literally, like every chapter I was going through depression at that point. like
Okay.
like it was just giving me damage, like whatever page I was reading, it was just giving me extra damage, and I was just like at that point like I want to quit. And then like this is a spoiler, so just skip a few 10 20
Seconds.
seconds. Yeah, and basically at the end, the whole blue book ends with the two characters having sex and proclaiming their love, and that's it. And before that, like since the beginning of the book, she had like 3 points that she wants to do in her life, and we don't get to know if she got to do them or not.
So it's unfinished? What you mean
It
to say?
felt very unfinished to me. It felt very unfinished. Like I don't care about the sex part. I just want to know if she got the promotion or not.
Mm, I see, I see. So
Like
it's very
the movie explained it
yeah.
because there's a movie and I
There's a
watched
movie.
it. There's a movie. And the movie is better than the book in my case in this case.
Okay. Perhaps the book is neglecting the true romance of it out. It's like
Well,
very fake romance.
it is a very questionable romance, to be honest. Like from both sides. But I have a friend, and she loved it. Like she loved it, and I'm like, why? Okay, if you went on an island, which three books would you take with you and why?
Cemetery Boys, Aiden Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's my secret passion. I don't know. I really like it. Um the second book would be Why Leaders Eat Last. It's Simon Sinek other book, Why Leaders Eat Last. Um
Mm-hmm.
and then I would surprise myself. I would take a book that I haven't read yet. Why? Because you have two books you love, and one book you're secretly obsessed with, another book you love, and then another book to keep it exciting. So something I haven't read yet, but I would love to read. It's a horror mystery. It's called The Midnight Club.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pike, Christopher Pike, I think is his name. So yeah, that would keep me awake, I think. Yes. What about you, Masha?
Well, I'll take Love Hypothesis.
Mhm.
Second, I will have to How to Survive on an Island.
Why not? Yes.
And third, I think I will like what about foraging, about what plants are edible or not, probably.
Okay, so Masha is a logical, realistic person. I would die in this island. I would just happily, die with my books.
Yeah, why not?
She would survive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Uh, so the next question is, what books would you remove from existence and why?
I wouldn't. You know why? Because bad books show us how good books could look like.
That's a fair point.
You know? Yeah, it's like a bad business example. You know what not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I do have a few books in mind. Um, that I don't want to see. I don't think people should buy. But it's interesting to me. Like, it's with all honesty, I was telling this to my colleague yesterday. I cannot believe people are buying this. I cannot believe people are selling this. I cannot believe people are making money selling this book. For real. But yeah, let's go.
Mhm.
What's your book, Masha? Which books would you like book or books would you like to delete from existence?
Eat the Frog.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Why not? Yes. Don't write if anyone intends to write something, do not write anything like this, please. Yes. Thank you. That's all I
And
had to say.
yeah. So yeah. What book do you take on a beach to relax with?
To relax with something I've read or something that I tend to read.
It can be both.
Anything.
Yeah.
To relax. Death and Croissants. Yeah, that one.
What is it about?
Death and Croissants. Do you remember the other day I sent you a series? I forgot who the author is, but guys, there's a series with coffee and murder. It's a mystery series. It has I think 14 books.
The
And it's
Japanese
all
one?
about I don't know. I don't remember the author's name at all or nationality. Um, every
Does it
time it's like mocha or they have this creative title every single time. It's about coffee and murder every single time. So this one is about croissants and murder. I don't know what it's about, but I'd love to read it. I love mysteries. So relax time. Yes. What about you, Masha? What would you like to take?
how do you
You're
write
going to the beach or the
croissant?
mountain. What?
How do you write croissant?
Croissants.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the book on Goodreads.
Well,
That's why I'm like, how do you write croissant? It's by Ian Moore, and it's
yeah.
in the series called Fallout Wallet Mysteries for anybody wondering. And I have never heard of this.
Yeah.
And it's only 3 books in a series.
Yeah. Oh, also there's another one. It's a practical magic by Alice Hoffman. I don't know. I've heard good critique, but I would love to read it. Yes. Your turn, Masha. Tell us what book would you like to read on a relaxing day to zone off and go on another space.
Probably something about murder.
Oh, you as well.
Hmm.
Can you think of a title?
Um, to be honest, I think I'll read the Throne of Glass series because there's tons of murders there, and also the main protagonist is like a badass assassin, and there's tons of magic involving. So I think I will really like this book, like just laying under the blazing sun and the cool water and just reading about the other people dying, you know?
Why are we relaxing with murder?
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with us?
No, I think everything is fine with us.
Okay, if you say so.
Hmm.
I mean, it's okay. Each person is different. But let's ask people. Do you prefer relaxing with something romantic or something chill or, general fiction? Or do you prefer death and murder and horror?
Yeah.
I think that's a good question. I think people would split in half. What do you think?
I think people go towards romance mostly, and usually people who read books read smut.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
I have a story about that actually.
Did
Um,
tell.
about Smart and Colleen Hoover. You know how she got famous on TikTok and now every 12 to 14-year-old is obsessed with her. Um,
Wait, she has
yeah,
TikTok, or you mean her books got famous from TikTok?
she and her books got famous from TikTok. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, today a mother called me and she told me her daughter is very interested in getting 3 books. Ugly
Mm-hmm.
Love, It Ends With Us, and It Starts With Us, which is the
Ah,
new book, which came out yesterday.
I know.
Congratulations to my
I want to
daughter.
read it.
And in our conversation, she tells me towards the end that her daughter is 12 years old, and she's really curious if, because they connected her to me. I'm in the adult fiction section, and she was curious as to why and if this is appropriate for a 12-year-old. I
I
said
would not
that
recommend that.
I said the truth. Colton Hoover is appropriate for 16 and above. Um, I didn't go into detail. I
No,
said that
I actually say about the home assaults and stuff like
domestic
that.
violence, yeah, I
Yeah,
would as well. But in this scenario, I just said that it depends on the, maturity of someone. But I said that's up to her. So she can look it up, see by herself, and decide. Um, yeah. But I think that's kind of weird because it is triggering for some people, domestic violence, sexual violence. But on the other hand, it feels a bit real because she's inputting all this information from her own reality, from the author's experience. Um, but yes, I really hope her new book is more positive.
Mm,
Yes.
unfortunately, I do not know. I just read the first 5 pages, and I was like, nope, I need to finish Throne of Glass still.
It's okay.
Because because I sent it to you as well as a picture, and for anybody wondering, It Ends Up With Us is a continuation of the series. I actually thought it's gonna be about, like, it is about Atlas, but at the same time, I thought it's gonna be about his life, like mostly about him and how events were leading up to the events of the first book. But apparently it's the continuation of it and what's happening and everything, because he also has a dark side. So
Interesting.
yes,
I'd
and
like
she
to
wrote
meet
it
Atlas.
because, yeah, mm, I don't know if I want to meet Atlas.
No, like meet him in a book, like meet his
Mm,
character, see what he's like.
okay, yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. Continue. You were saying?
I forgot. Yes. Anyway, shall we move on to the next question?
Sure. Let's go.
Okay. So this is the last question of like simple questions, and after that I have another 3 books which are more deeper, like more open questions.
Mm.
And okay, so this one is, what book would you make someone read as a punishment?
As a punishment.
As a punishment.
That's a tough one. Actually, I think the idea of punishment alone, you know, how schools forcibly, make you read something and you're like, even if it's good, you don't like it because they forced you. I think the very idea of forcing someone to read a book as a punishment, the negative association it comes with, regardless of what you give them, they're not gonna like it.
I mean, I can
Um,
always assure you that book clubs operate the same way. So,
I can think of a few. No, I know what you mean. Um, Something horrible. Um,
mhm.
I don't know. Like, it depends from the person.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about it. It depends on the person. So for me, for sure, I would firstly give Eat the Frog, for sure. I don't
like
know.
for
Yeah.
some people, it could. Sorry to interrupt you. For some people, it could be the Bible. For some people, it could be Socrates. Because
Mm-hmm.
apparently he is very, hateful towards women. Um, for some people, it could be, anything self-development wise or psychology wise,
Hmm.
or for others, it might be anything smart.
I mean, you can always just be like, as a punishment, because I saw a TikTok recently that basically hate is a very huge motivator factor, and many people associated hatred with so much productivity because they were pursuing a goal and everything, and one of their, let's say, fire, like a spark, was hatred because of that. And once they calm down, they kind of just realize that they're kind of lazy, not lazy from the part that they're from the bad part, but like they're not doing anything much of like of big importance, and they realize that the hatred that they had was a big factor and motivator. So if you take this into accountability, you can always be like that you will give this as a punishment in quotation words, and he will learn from it because he will like remember the words, because hatred is one of the biggest emotions as well in the humans. So you can always give them like a really good self-help book and it will stay with them, and then maybe later on in the life it will click finally, how life works.
I'm not sure. Like, I would say that about anger. I would say anger is a powerful motivator. But if we follow that logic, I would choose not a self-help book, but a really old poetry book called Accionisti. Um, why? Because in this book, it's a small one, but if
Mm-hmm.
you read it well, it describes society, culture, and nature, and basically how who we are and how our society is and how our language and everything we have and everything we own and everything that is human made comes from nature. We are this way because of our planet. So it's a book about appreciation, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
following your logic, I would give them this book. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What
I
about
would
you?
I would probably give them, like I said, I would probably give them like a very self-help book. So I think I would either give 101 essays that will change your way of thinking, or The Mountain Is You. I think one of those
Mm,
two books I would give it to them.
yeah. Or you can be ironic and give them a book called Happy Days. Also, so
And just put the happy song in the background.
yeah. Um. Okay. Next question.
Okay, so I don't know if you have any question you want to ask, because the other three questions I have are kind of philosophical ones and kind of very open. So I don't know if you want to talk about something else.
Yeah. Like, if you ever wrote a book, what would it be about? Like, and if you don't know, what genre would it be in?
I think for me it will be either romance or autobiography.
Hmm, that's interesting. You remind me of that TikTok that that sound that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shall I spice up my
Yes,
book? What book are
yeah.
you writing about? Autobiography. Okay. No, no, sorry.
Okay.
It starts with, "Shall I kill a character in my book?" And the other person asks, "Oh, what's your book about?" Autobiography. Oh
That
my
is
God.
ingenious.
I
But
know.
yeah,
It was very funny. I always think about it.
um, for me, I really like horror. I found a new love in horror. I'm a mystery lover. Oh my god! Today I mixed the sound R with the sound L. I don't know why.
Are you trying to speak
Yes,
Japanese?
I wish. I wish I spoke Japanese, but yeah, I'm a very big mystery lover. Um, and yeah, I recently saw um a series that connects mystery and horror, and it's connected so beautifully. And now I love horror.
So real
in a
life?
different way. In a different way that I loved before. No, it's a Netflix series called The Midnight Club, and I
Mm-hmm.
truly, truly recommend it. Um, but yeah, I would love to write in that way. Also, there's this book. Oh my god, I forgot its name. The one we read in the club, the book club, the green one, Dreamland, the one about the millionaire who. There's two books. One is green, the fine print. Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
Until I remember the name of the book, the fine print. Yeah, I really love that writing style, so I would like to try it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Terms and Conditions is the second book by
yeah,
Lauren Asher, if anybody's
yeah.
wondering.
Yes. Thank God for Masha. She actually remembers the authors. I'm sorry I don't. And it's very ironic that I work in a book center.
No, I don't remember them. I just have my Goodreads open.
Oh, it's okay.
So, what makes a book a book?
That's a wonderful question. I think many have been asking this for millennia. Um, the printing. Um, it
What
could be
about
a book
the
about any.
digital ones, though? Like, can you consider fan fiction books as well?
That's actually a very good question because I recently downloaded a radio type of app, an audiobook type of app. However, all the books are not exactly books, they're fanfics. They're smut,
Mm-hmm.
badly written smut. But yeah,
No,
and it's
because I
like,
had this
yeah,
question. It came to my mind because, like, a lot of the fan fictions, like, you hear them just. One of the biggest fan fiction is about the anime Yuri on Ice, and basically it's like their daily life and stuff like that and everything. And I think um, they wrote such a big fan fiction, where I say it's one of the biggest fan fictions there is, because just one fan fiction is about like 50 books, like that one.
yeah,
So can you consider that's one like can you consider fan fiction like a book, and what makes a book? Because like there's so many definitions, so everything. And also I started taking a creative writing
awesome.
class. So there was also question what makes it creative writing, and I'm like, well, whatever you define as a creative writing, like that's one form of an answer. Um, and so like yeah, so I think like even like a lot of the poems and everything, like you accumulate tons of different poems together, like 100 different poems, and you can call it a book, like a poem book.
Or a comic book.
And yeah, or like a graphic novel as well, like you accumulate different pages together and you make a book. Like that's the basic definition of the book, that is an accumulation of different pages. So it's accumulation of different pages, like it can be like anything, like pictures, letters, and everything. But there's one example which I found very weird, because it is considered being a book, but all the pages
Mhm.
are blank, and the only thing it has that defines it as a book is the cover that says, I don't remember the name, but I think it says like something, what to say in this kind of situations, or something. It's targeted towards men, I believe, and what to say to women, or how to talk to women, or like how to go against them, or something like that. And basically, the book, in quotation marks, is being sold with a wrap, so you cannot open it to see what's inside. But like when you usually go to the store and you just flip from the book just to see if you like it, you read the first page, or like the first few
Yeah.
pages. But basically, this book, when you buy it and you open it up, everything is blank. And so that's why like the question arises: what makes a book a book?
The question, I think whatever each person defines a book. Like if you want to call it a book, it's a book.
Okay, then what's your definition of book?
It's an object with beautiful words and images created by
Mm-hmm.
someone. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I I have a connected question to this one.
Okay.
Because you mentioned about going to a store and, going through the pages, do you prefer buying books online by, recommendation of others or seeing the reviews of someone on Goodreads or going to a bookstore or a physical location or a bazaar or any place and going through the book and seeing the pages, touching the book? Which one do you prefer? Or
The
which one do you
first
think
one,
is
I
best?
literally buy books, buy recommendations from different people. Like it's very rare for me to go because I don't have the habit or something like that to go to a bookstore and just browse around and then decide on a book. Like I literally go on the internet and through TikTok, through YouTube, through everything or even from different friends, I'm like like asking around stuff like that. Then I decide on the book that I want to read and like descriptions and also reviews. Like this is my type of style, that what I look for like when I'm looking for a book.
Mhm.
What about you, Mimi?
Touching books. I like seeing it. I like a random person in a bookstore, recommending something that I haven't read before. Um, yeah. But I have another connected question to this one. What is your favorite format of a book? Do you
That's my
like
last question,
audiobooks?
by the way.
What's your last question? But
That
would
was
you
my
like Kindle, physical books, or audiobooks?
So there's audiobook, ebooks, Kindle, which I think it's a different format as well. Physical books as well. And for me, I prefer my Kindle. That's where I get my most reading from, but I think after that comes audiobooks.
Mm,
And it's very rare for me
I
to read from physical books.
yeah. I love, love, love audiobooks. I love the sound of things, the sound of everything. I love, doing something mundane and listening to a book. Or, instead of watching a movie, listening to a book. I really love that. Um, I do like reading books, but it has a different feel to it. The best feeling is when you listen to the book and look at the words and go through the book, the physical book at the same time. It's like, having someone hug you. It's like the narrator or author reading it, his own book, and like you having the book in your hands. That is the best feeling. But yeah,
Hmm.
audiobook for me.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer audiobooks when I'm driving and or either podcasts because I feel like someone is with me or like they're talking to me. Sometimes like I'm in a group of friends or something like that and we're talking about this. Sometimes I express myself like when I'm listening to podcasts, I'm like just like saying my opinion as well in the car.
Yeah, yeah. We're very auditory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last
That,
question.
that's it. Last question.
Well, I had like two last questions, but then you answered one, or you asked one of them, so I have one last question.
Okay, go.
So, well, it's a very simple one, but does the book cover matter when choosing a book?
Oh yeah, a million percent.
Oh yeah,
You know
100%.
that saying. It's not. What's the saying again? It's not the book. It's not the cover. It's the book that counts. Something like this. Well, in
Don't
this
judge the
world,
book by its cover.
exactly. Don't judge the book by its cover. But I would say people judge other things by the way they look. Because we're human beings. We want to know: is this dangerous? Is it not? Is it for us or no? So yeah, the book covers, we judge the book and its cover, and it's really important to have a really cool cover.
I have a really cool picture of me reading a book. While me and Katie are in Paphos and I'm holding a gin and tonic and I'm reading a book. I never posted it. I don't know why.
What's your favorite cover? Do you have one?
Ah, oh my God. Um,
What's a book that made you say, I am buying this just because of the cover?
oh my God. I I do like. So there is a cover. I don't have it. It was a very special edition, but the Thorns Are Roses. And it
Mm,
was like very like I think it was like limited to 100, like the whole series. Like it was limited to 100 copies only. And it was like black what with silver starlights and like the main characters. And I was like, this is so perfect. Like I want it. But
yeah.
one one books that made me buy was a special edition, like not a special edition, but the edition of Harry Potter. So the book set from 2017 or 2016, something like one of those two.
Yeah.
Like I saw it from my one of my family members, and I was like, oh my God, I want that edition. Like I literally was going through the internet and I found it from Amazon. It had a discount. And I was like, I need it in my life. I don't care. I need it. And I literally bought it. Like I didn't have enough money to eat and I still bought it.
Okay, determination. Okay. But I agree with you. I don't know about the Harry Potter. I have no idea what it looks like. But the Sarah J. Maas, any of her covers, even the special, especially the special editions, I mean, they're so
It's
beautiful.
just masterpiece. Like
Yeah,
I don't know who the artist is. I'm pretty sure I can just open the book and just read it. But they're pretty good. Like they catch your attention immediately. And also, after finishing the book, and if you see the cover, you realize that it's based on the content of the book, that you will not
yeah,
see it until you read the book. And then when you look at the cover, you realize it describes the content of the book.
yeah. So go read Sarah J. Maas, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will as well. She's on my list.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we
Yeah,
still have a little bit of time.
sure.
Um, how many books did you read this year alone, up until now? Up until
I have
like,
no idea.
and what do you mean?
I have no idea.
What do you
I,
mean?
I
Are
don't
you
count them. I don't. I
why?
know. Why would I count them? I know that I'm supposed to be on Google Reads. Google Reads?
Google
Goodreads. Oh my
Goodreads. Google
God. Okay. Yeah, but I'm
copyright
not that active.
infringement. Yes, go on.
I don't update it. I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. But I like
Please
listening
update
to it.
that for me, please.
Okay. I mean, I should. I set up a goal of 12 books, but I don't update my Goodreads. I just go up to listening one book and then stopping and then going to another one.
So you don't finish
Um,
them.
I do finish them, but I jump books just like I jump series. Like I just jump one from the other. Uh, I rarely found a book that inspires me so much that I stay there until I finish it.
Okay, well, the Goodreads says you finished 9 out of 12 books up until now.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? What are you currently reading? How many? Do you have a goal that you keep up with?
Well, I
Because
was
I pretty
supposed to
much.
have 15 books as a goal, or
Yeah.
12 books, and I increased it to 20 books, and then I read more than 20 books, and then I was like, I should update my Goodreads goal. So up until now, I have read 30 books this year, and my goal is 40 books.
Wow. Bravo. Okay, everyone, clap for Masha.
Yes, I am proud of myself as well. This is the first time I read so many books in a year.
Very good job. Proud of you. Bravo, Masha.
Yes, but I read
Yes.
so many like love novels, and and basically like I'm trying to input like some self-help books in the middle.
But hey, they're comforting to read.
Yes,
So yeah.
yes, they are. But yeah, basically, yeah. But just so you know, 3 out of 30 books is Love Hypothesis.
Because you read it how many times?
3 times.
Oh my God. You can read it. You have time to read it one more time or two more times before the end of the year. So,
I actually want to reread Love on the Brain.
Love on the Brain. Oh, no spoilers, please.
No, I'm not gonna spoil, but like I want to read that again because I enjoyed that as well. Not as much as Love Hypothesis because Love on the Brain, basically she's an it talks a lot of the words that I don't understand because they're very brain related and like it has like it's not my field of STEM, let's say that.
Mm.
So like I think I will reread that, but the whole story is enjoyable.
Is it a continuation of the
No,
first book or
no, no.
no?
It has no correlation to the first book, but it's just like STEM inspired. It's not a continuation, but basically, Ellie Hazelwood, her doctorate, I think, it's based on like neuroscience, on neurons and the
Mm.
connectors in the brain. So it's like up her field. So she knows what she's talking about. And I'm just like a small student, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Teach us. Ailey Hazelwood is our teacher now.
Yes.
She's teaching a generation of young girls about the brain and its wonderful capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea. She will go read Love on the Brain, guys. Yes.
Yes. I'm also very excited about the other book, The American Roommate, the author of the Spanish Love Deception.
Oh, Armas. Okay.
Yeah. So Elena Armas. So she's the one, but they released the books at the same time,
Uh,
like
okay.
in the same week, let's say. Like Elena Armas released the book earlier than Ellie Hazelwood, but it was in the same week. Also, Spanish Love Deception was the best book of the romance according to Goodreads. Like, oh, sorry,
Really?
it's according to debut novels. She voted the best ones. Like she won first
That's your
prize.
debut novel? Cool.
Like yeah, the Spanish Love Deception is her debut novel, and for Ailey Hazelwood, her debut novel is Love Hypothesis.
Ooh. Bravo, guys.
But I,
Congratulations to both of them.
but I don't remember if Ailey Hazelwood released it in 2020 or 2021 because
It's
oh
okay.
no,
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
It
No, she
doesn't matter.
released it in 2021, but she released it in September, so that's why it didn't gain any popularity until 2022. In 2021, she got the second place in Best Romance.
Well,
And
this one, I
Spanish
think
Love
it will be fuller.
Deception got the fourth place.
Okay. Good for them. Congratulations, guys. Yes. So we'd like to ask our listeners now, what is your favorite book? What is the book you hate the most? And what
What
book
is the
would
book
you
you will give to a
recommend?
person as a punishment?
Yeah. Like, let's recommend each other books. Let's create a small community. Like, what book do you really, really want us to read? Anything is welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see the results. So yeah, like recommend me something new, something to explore.
From
Yeah,
me,
from you, from anybody. Like,
uh,
I'm looking for something new to read after I finish the Ninth House.
Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas.
Is it the first one?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know this the in order. I don't know the series in
Well, the
order.
second one is Crown of Midnight, now that I'm looking at it. So I'm reading currently Crown of Midnight.
Okay. So I will start Sarah J. Maas next.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes. That's all we got it for today.
Or The American Roommate Experiment
One
by
good one. Choose one. I will
by Elena
dedicate my time
Armas.
one at a time.
No, you will read two this year.
I mean, I don't want to jump from book to book. I want to not do that anymore. I want to concentrate my effort and time in one book at a time and finish it. I think that's more respectful to the author and to myself. Okay. Yes. Do you have
Yeah.
anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I am done. I mean, if we can talk about books, we can talk about it all night long, all day long, or night long. So
Yeah, it was a very chill episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and see you next time.
yes,
Have a lovely time, day, night, whatever time of day you're listening.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.